Hello, agus fáilte chuig ar bhí seán nua. Hello and welcome to our new video. Today's video is going to be about percentages and fractions. In the video, I'm going to explain how to convert fractions into percentages and vice versa. So, let's begin. So let's look at the word percentages first. It's made up of per and cent. But what does that mean and where did it come from? Well, originally it came from ancient Rome, where they used to say per centum. That's great, I hear you say. What does that mean? Per, in ancient Latin, means of or by the, and cent means 100. So, by the 100. Nice and simple. Now, just as ancient Romans became modern Italians, the symbol has evolved as well. So it started off as P100 per centum, and over loads of years of scribes quickly scribbling it down, it evolved to the percentage sign that we know today. The golden rule for converting percentages to fractions is that the whole number becomes the numerator of a fraction, so the top number of a fraction, and the percentage sign becomes the denominator. So a few examples of this. 20% would become 20 over 100, and 63% would become 63 over 100. So that was easy enough. But how do we convert fractions to percentages? Well, let's take 2 over 5 as an example. First things first, you need to find the equivalent fraction. Remember, an equivalent fraction is a different fraction that has the exact same value as the fraction you started with. So to change this, first of all, we need to look at the denominator. And how are we going to change 5 to 100? Obviously, we multiply by 20. Now, a very important rule when finding equivalent fractions is whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So whatever you're doing to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. So because I multiplied the denominator by 20, I have to multiply the numerator by 20 if I want to keep the same value. Okay? So 2 over 5 becomes 40 over 100. And we all know that a percent is per 100 or of 100. So the answer is 40%. The answer is 40%. Okay, perfect. Let's try it with a mixed number. Remember, a mixed number is a fraction with a whole number, or a whole number with a fraction, whichever way you want it. So, the same steps again. We have to find an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. In this case, we're multiplying 25 by 4 to get a denominator of 100. So the important rule, whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So we're multiplying the top by 4, and we end up with 1 and 12 over 100. So we still have a mixed number there, which is fine, but in order to convert it into percentages, we need a fraction. It can be proper or improper, but we need a fraction. So how are we going to change that into an improper fraction? We use the rule, denominator by whole multiplied by whole number plus numerator. So in this case, the denominator is 100, multiply it by the whole number, which is 1, and then we add on the numerator, which is 12. So 100 multiplied by 1 is 100, plus 12 is 112. So that becomes 112 over 100. And we know from that, because it's over 100, we know what the percent is. It's 112%. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope it was clear and understandable. If not, or if you've any queries, you can ask me in the comments or send me a message directly. Have a great day. Slán a bhaile.